Does this video look any different? I hope so, because I've changed some stuff. Hopefully this is clearer and it's not so straining and bright. I feel like the screen isn't as bright on my face. Hopefully that looks a little bit better. So what I want to do is go through where I'm at, where I want to be, why I've chosen to invest in shares. So essentially, to get started, where I'm currently at is not all that great. I've got just shy of $10,000 worth of shares, spread across 4 different companies, which I think I'm going to make a video about, explaining what I've got and what I'm doing with what I've got in terms of money in the share market. So if that's something that you'd like to be interested in, make sure you let me know. Where I want to be is at a place where I'm using the market to replace a portion of my income. Long term, my whole income, so that I can do what I do purely because I enjoy doing it. But in the short term, obviously, just a portion, that'd be great. So shares, why I've chosen shares. So if you're not familiar, shares are a portion of a company. When you buy a share or a stock, you're buying part ownership of that company. The great thing about the market, the share market, I'm talking specifically about the Australian stock market. That's where I invest my money, being that I'm Australian. On the ASX, Australian share market, when you purchase shares in a company, you don't receive any of the debt from the company. Like, you don't take on any debt, you don't take on any responsibility. If you're a large enough shareholder, even small shareholders can have a say at particular meetings. Sometimes you can be asked to vote on things, but it's a great way to insert your money into something, have part ownership of something, receive a dividend or a capital gain, and quickly be able to move that money on. So the reason I have chosen shares is because they are not expensive, depending on the shares that you choose. You don't have to choose expensive shares. There are particular shares worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, particular shares that are worth hundreds, particular shares that only cost you $3. So essentially, where I'd like to be is at a place where I'm writing options contracts on the shares that I own, and using those contracts to replace my income. I will go into options contracts in a video coming up. If you've not heard of options contracts, I'm having a fair bit of luck with them. I'll call it luck for now. I'm up, but I'm still learning. Like I've said at the first time I made a video announcing that I was going to be doing this. I'm not an expert. I'm just following a process that I've discovered, seeing where it takes me. So another great reason I chose shares is because you can get your money out very quickly. I don't have a lot of capital. As I said, I've only got just shy of $10,000 in the market. If I had upwards of 50 or more, I might, I could look at houses or something of that nature, especially while interest rates are so low. However, I don't. So what I've gone with is shares, and that's what I'll be making the future videos on specifically. I will branch out and make more stuff, but that's what these first ones are going to be about. Video ideas. I mentioned that I'd like to make a video about what I've currently got and what I'm going to do with them. So I will be making videos on what I'm buying, how much I'm buying, and how I'm writing options contracts and what options contracts are. The other stuff that I'd like to make videos on is talking to people who are already educated in particular fields. Beck, my partner, has a lot of experience in banking, so I'm going to be sitting down with her and having a recorded conversation that I can upload here, where I ask a heap of questions. I've also got a friend, Dimitri, who is yet to get back to me, but I'm sure he will, on property, because he works for a property company here in Australia. So I'll be speaking to them for starters. It's 2 great places to start, property and banks. I will branch out of that. I just don't know where to branch out yet, because obviously, like I said at the very start, I'm literally learning this as I go. I'm making this up as I go. I've got no real plan. I'm just documenting my process of learning. So if you have any questions you'd like me to ask Beck, Dimitri, or any questions that you think would be good to pose to somebody else, should I have somebody have a discussion with somebody else? I'd like to talk about tax with particular people. I'd like to talk about investing investing in small companies that aren't on the market. I know that you can do that. Angel investing, there's all sorts of different things you can do. So please, any ideas, leave them in the comments. I think that just about wraps up this video. There's not all that much more I wanted to cover. So in the coming videos, like I said, update on my portfolio, and I'm going to continue to do those. And then we're going to work out the percentages that I make. And yeah, like I say throughout all these, I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making this up as I go. So this isn't financial advice. I wouldn't recommend copying anything that I've done. However, if you do learn anything from it, fantastic. Leave a like, hit the fucking subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.